if you clicked on this video, then it's likely that you're struggling with a true sense of purpose. You don't know, you have a lack of direction, okay? And then when this happens, it becomes easy to stay stagnant or not be disciplined and fall into ruts and fall off the bandwagon because you kind of justify it with, well, I don't even know what I want to do in my life, so what's the point? And I just want you to know, if that is you, that is a lot more common than you think, right? So don't think, oh, fucking hell, I'm the only one like this. It's not true, all right? But in this video, I want to suggest an alternative viewpoint, okay, that actually completely destroys this problem if you do it right? And I think before God or before life reveals to you what your true purpose is, okay, where maybe it's a job, a passion, that sort of thing, I think there's a few crucial steps that you have to do first before that is revealed to you. And actually, before it is revealed to you, then these things what I'm going to talk about in this video, they become your purpose. Okay, so it completely removes the problem of not having a purpose, right? Every single person can do this, what I'm going to speak about today. Okay, it's a starting point. So, I think you're focused on the wrong thing, okay? You're frustrated because you don't have a business idea, you've not started the business, you don't have a job that you're interested in that pays well. They're sort of, not the finished product, but they're the things that come along the way, all right? I'm 22. You may be younger than this. You may be younger than 22. You may be older. You're not meant to have everything figured out straight away. You're just not meant to, all right? Now, I think you have to master yourself first, right? And then the rest will fall into place. Now, that sounds cliche. You're probably thinking, oh, fucking hell, he just told me to master myself. What the fuck does that even mean? I'm going to go into detail here, all right? Because I think there's a lot more to it. I don't like it when people say that. When you see other content creators, they'll say, yeah, master yourself. I'm like, well, what does that actually mean? Now, I've got here in front of me, I've got some quadrants, aspects, traits, whatever you want to call it, that we all have as men in our lives, okay? Now, I'm going to go over them now. So first one, mental and emotional health. Second, physical health. They definitely tie into each other, all right? And you've got discipline and character. And you've got career, skills and contribution. What are you contributing to society? And you've got relationships and social life. Then your financial health, and then your spiritual life, all right? So you think of your moral compass. Maybe if you're religious, it's your religion. I'm a Christian, so obviously I have Christianity. I read my Bible every day. That keeps me spiritually grounded, okay? It keeps me morally grounded. It keeps my faith high, okay? And then you've got fun, play, and fulfillment. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to take some time, dedicated time that you've scheduled, maybe an hour or two, all right? Maybe it's on your day off, in the morning, ideally, when people are not mithering you. Well, not necessarily mithering you, but people that aren't grabbing your attention for whatever reason. This needs to be, you want all your cognitive function dedicated to this, all right? What I want you to do, all of them sections that I just listed there, okay, I want you to list them all out, and I want you to audit them. Each one of them, I want you to give them a rating out of 10. 10 obviously being amazing, exactly where you want it to be. 1 being fucking dreadful, right? And it's crucial that you're completely honest with yourself on this, right? Otherwise, the exercise is completely pointless. It's completely pointless, right? So give yourself a rating out of 1 to 10 for each of them sections. And I want you to, below the rating, I want you to list why. All right, I want you to write why. Why you've rated it that. Okay. Now once you've done that, right, straight away, there's going to be quadrants in this, traits, that you can improve on immediately and simultaneously. So you can improve them all together at the same time. Okay. Now, them ones are, so your mental and emotional health, your physical health, your discipline and character, your spiritual life, your financial health, all of them, that's 5 aspects there. They can all be tracked and improved today, all at the same time. All right. What I want you to do, and how you do that, is you fit them in to your morning routines and your evening routines. All right, so I want you to pick a daily habit that is equal to one of them traits. And I want you to do them daily, right? And I track them on a habit tracker. Make a habit tracker. There's many videos on YouTube on how to make one. It doesn't have to be the most optimized one. It doesn't have to be the best, the most clean one. It just needs to be one that works for you. All right, so pick a few. You know, if you haven't done one before and it's new to you, give yourself some time to get used to it, but do it, right? And track these habits. So I'm going to give you some habits to actually track so you can improve these aspects of your life. So the mental and emotional health, a habit for that, all right, is to begin daily meditation. All right, do not sleep on meditation. It's an absolute game changer for keeping your mind on the prize, on the goal, keeping it present, okay, not getting overwhelmed. Now, I want you to, if you've never meditated before, I want you to start. It's going to be really hard. It's going to be hard for maybe a week, and then you'll get used to it. I want you to start with 5 minutes. If you're used to meditating, if you've done meditation before and you know the script of it, start with 10 minutes and keep it at 10 minutes. For me, if you want to up it, you can, but for me, 10 minutes is the sweet spot. You don't really want to be, you don't want one of them who meditates 30 minutes, 40 minutes a day. You're wasting time, in my opinion, at that point. You want to do it for 10 minutes. You know, you'll get the most bang for your buck, and you're not wasting time as well at the same time, okay? So then you've got your physical health. So the habits that you can do to improve this is track your workouts and your calories daily. Track them daily, okay? Same thing, habit tracker. All these go into that. Your discipline and character. This will actually improve automatically when you do these things, because that is showing discipline. Yeah, you tracking anything is showing discipline, okay, and character. Yeah, so as long as you follow through with them, tracking them, you're building this trait already. Even if you don't do the habit that day, just log that you didn't do it. That way you can build on it and you can improve it over time, okay, because you've got the data. Your spiritual life. So for me, I read my Bible in the morning, first thing, as part of my routine in the morning. 15 minutes. So I'll wake up, I'll hydrate first thing, I'll drink some water and everything, and then I'll read the Bible for 15 minutes, and then straight after that I'll go into meditation for 10 minutes. And in the meditation, I'm thinking about what I've just read, okay, so that's first thing. I'm really focusing on my breathing, and I'm thinking about my goals, okay, so it's keeping my mind fresh and on the target. Next one, financial health. So you need to set up a budget, right? You need to track your income and all of your outgoings, every single one of them. You need to know where your money's going. If you want to improve this aspect of your life, which you definitely should, because money makes the world go round, you need to know where your money's going. Right? And I guarantee you, if you haven't done this, the first thing you'll notice when you do set up your budget and you go back in your bank statement and you see where all your money's going, you'll spot quite a few leaks in your bank that you had no idea of because you wasn't tracking it. For me, it was smoking. So I've not smoked now for about a month. And one thing that I did before the new year started, is I went through my bank and seeing how many in December, I seen how much money I spent on cigs alone, just cigs, £250. That absolutely blew. I felt sick when I looked at it. I just thought, imagine what you could do with that money. You could put it in the stock market, invest it, or even just invest it into your health, whatever. There's so many things that smoking cigs is just the worst way of spending your money, in my opinion. So yeah, you've got your financial health. So all them things that I'll give you some habits there to straight away put into your habit tracker. Now you can begin improving them aspects of your life instantly. All right. So that's them improving. This is a starting point that every one of us can start at, no matter what level or age you are. Okay, even if you're real far into your journey and you're successful and you've got everything in order, these things are still relevant because these things are what keeps your maintenance. Yeah, think of it as you're cleaning. Think of it as like a car. You're valeting your car. You're cleaning it. You're keeping it fresh. You're keeping the system clean. Right, that's exactly what you're doing. That's what this is doing, like maximising your energy. So now, we've got 3 categories left. Right, you've got your career, skills and contribution. You've got your relationships and your social life. And then you've got your fun, play and fulfilment. Now, here's what I'm suggesting you do at this point, okay? Based off of what the ratings you gave them in your audit, you're going to pick the one that's lowest, the one that needs the most work, okay? And you're going to have laser focus on radically improving that aspect of your life for a specific amount of time. All right, now what's going to happen with this is the other 2, they are going to be on the back burner. Okay, you're intentionally choosing to do this for a designated amount of time in the name of radically improving the other aspect. And then once that is radically improved, you can then move back onto the next one. Okay, the one that was on the back burner for a little bit. And what you'll do is you'll look up after a year from now, 2 years from now, after doing all this progress, and every section will be where you want it to be, or at least on the track for it. Okay. Now, why are we laser focusing on one? Look, the mind works best when it has one definitive goal. Okay, one focus. You can put all your eggs in one basket, and you can focus on that. And I guarantee you, if you put the hours daily into radically improving one of these categories of your life for 3 months, we'll do it in terms, yeah, because I like it in terms of 3 months because it's not too far away in the sense of it's too far out of reach, but it's also not too close to where it's too close to, what's the word I'm searching for? Improve drastically, or show you basically get improvements that you can actually see. That didn't really make sense, but what I was trying to say is 3 months is a good amount of time because it's enough time for you to improve, okay, and actually measure the success or the improvement. So the others will suffer temporarily, all right, but it's necessary for improvement, all right. If a section is lacking, right, then make this the priority, right. So if your money is really on its arse and it's really, really, really drastically, in dire need of improvement, then lock in on that for at least 3 months until it's in a place where it's not dreadful, right. Maximise the overtime at work. Pick up a second job. This is the focus, okay? Look, we're aiming to be well-rounded, right, in all aspects of life. And after this, right, I think once you've mastered these traits, I think that's when you'll be in a position to find out what your true purpose is, because you're set up for it. If you can maybe find something that you might think you like, but it's like if your judgment's clouded and your brain's foggy because you haven't been doing the maintenance, right, and everything's not cleared out and clean, then you can go down the wrong path without you even realising, right? And you might be blinded to see that this actually isn't my purpose, but you're going down in it thinking that it's your purpose, because maybe it's a job that you've took because it's good money, but you know deep down that isn't exactly that's gonna really, drive you, where you really want to do it. It's really gonna make a difference. You're taking it just for the money. And many people make these decisions. And that's what I mean by, if you aren't truly in tune with your higher self, which is what all of this does, it makes you in tune with your higher self, it aligns you with it, then I think you're vulnerable to take the wrong decision and go down the wrong path. Now, I want you, at the end of this video, I want you to think of the reasons why you're doing this. Why do you want to improve? For me, I want to be an asset to those around me. Right? I want to be the ultimate helper to my family, to my future family, to my friends who are close to me. I want to be the guy eventually to solve problems that life will throw in its way. Right? I want to look after the people around me. This is another one as well that might be a new perspective, but I don't know about you, but do you not think loads of people, they try and see what they can get away with? Like what's the easiest way to get ripped? What's the easiest way to make money? Nah, man, I want to see how far can I push in life? What's my limits? How much can I test them? Does that not make you curious to just find out what that is? What is your limit? A lot of people just think, what can I get away with? And that's fine, but I don't know how people can't. What's the point, in my opinion? I think it's my responsibility as a man, right, born in a Western country. Right, I live in the UK. Even though you might think, the UK is on its arse at the moment. No. This age of technology, and there's just an absolute abundance of opportunity, right? Everywhere you look. The fact of reality is, your grandparents, right, that's not even that far, that's not even that long ago when you look at history. They never had the opportunities that me and you have in this day and age. Even our dads, my dad's 45. His generation, when they were younger, when they were 16, early 20s, late teens, they didn't have the opportunities that we have. If you've got a phone and an internet connection and a laptop, you don't even have to have a laptop, then the opportunities are fucking endless. You just have to go and get it. There's no excuses. Absolutely no excuses. And then finally, well, this should have been really number one if it really reflects my values, but I want to please God. I want to do what God intends me to do, which is to push and serve him as best as you can, which basically means you being the best man that you can possibly be, and to those around you. All right. I want you to think of what your reasons are, because if your reasons for doing this aren't strong, right, and they go past making money, and they really reflect your values as a man, then you're setting yourself up for failure, and you're just going to fall at the first hurdle. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comments. Let me know your spin on things, your aspect. If you've got anything to add, put it in the comments for me. Nice one for watching. I'll see you later.